In this lesson, we're going to show you another way to sketch a straight line that's quite useful. It's a way that we use when we don't have y by itself. But before we do that, this method doesn't work if the line looks like y equals bx. In other words, the y-intercept is 0. And because of that, that means both the x and the y-intercepts only give us one point, the origin, 0, 0. And we need two different points to sketch a straight line. So when we get straight lines like this, we use the slope-intercept method. To see how this method works, consider the x-axis. Everywhere we go along the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So if I replace y equals 0 into the rule and solve the rule for x, I'll come up with the x-intercept, 1 point on the straight line. In the same way, everywhere along the y-axis, x is equal to 0. So if I replace x equals 0 into the rule and solve for y, that will give me the y-intercept. And then I have 2 points and I can sketch my straight line. Let's have a look at this example. 3x minus 2y equals 9. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the x-intercept. And the way we set our work out is important. So we write x-intercept. Now we replace y equal to 0 into the rule. So this disappears and leaves 3x equals 9. And we divide both sides by 3. And it gives us x equal to, so our x-intercept is 3, 0. So we mark the x-intercept on our sketch. And we find the y-intercept by setting x equal to 0. So we have 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 9. And of course that disappears. To get y by itself, we divide both sides by -2. Which gives us a y-intercept of -4.5. I could have left it as the fraction -9/2. It's okay to use exact decimals. And we put a dot at our second point that we know and label it. Put our straight line in, there it is, and label it with its rule. If I wanted to find the gradient of this straight line, I could simply put my gradient triangle on it and work out the vertical distance here over the horizontal distance here between my two known points, and it would be 4.5 divided by 3, which is 1.5, and it's a positive gradient. In my next example, let's sketch this straight line. So first we'll find the x-intercept by setting y equal to 0. Replace y. So this disappears. Change the side, change the sign. Divide by 3, everything. So our x-intercept is -5/3. Not going to use a decimal because it's an infinite decimal. And that's about -1 2/3. So we'll put a dot there. And we'll label that. To find the y-intercept, we now set x equal to 0. So effectively, when x is 0, that first 3x, 3 times 0 disappears, leaving -2y plus 5 equals 0. Change the side, change the sign. So we'll lift this up, put it over there. Gives me 5 equals 2y. And finally, we're going to divide every term by 2 to get y by itself. And that gives us y equals 5/2, or 2.5. So we're going to label that on our graph. That's going to be bigger than that other one, so we try and use relative size. So that's 5, 1, 2, 0. And then we put our straight line in. And we can't forget we've got to label the rule with its equation.